Hi, I'm John.
Hello, I'm Fred.
You are a moron.
You are a knucklehead.
And we
are Dusty Farts.
Farts, my man. I think we've got a problem.
Just another day around here?
No, I mean a real problem. This is supposed to be the Dusty Farts Spooktacular special, but we're only on episode 12.
Oh, right. Can't have a scary Halloween show on episode 12. Everybody knows the scary one's number 13.
Exactly.
Well, fine. Let's just crank this one out quick so we can move on to the properly haunted one.
Good plan. What's on the docket for this episode? More arguing?
Looks like a break from arguing. Back to whining and complaining.
Ah, the classics.
Okay, then, let's see.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, I got one. So, I woke up this morning.
Congratulations.
Right? And I realized, if you wake up and nothing hurts, you're probably dead.
Can't argue with that. Aches are just your body's way of saying, congrats, you survived another night.
Tell you something else I noticed while admiring the sunrise. You know you're getting old when your back goes out more than you do.
Yep, like I always say, Dusty. If it ain't broke, give it time.
Gee, thanks, guys. And with that uplifting dose of mortality, we conclude episode 12. Let's see. By my count, that was 3 whines and 1 complaint. Not bad for an average Tuesday morning.
Yo ho ho, a one-eye Biney Scalawag special.
Alrighty, I think that was good enough.
Yeah, let's get on with episode 13. I can't wait.
Hi, I'm John.
Hello, I'm Fred.
You are a moron.
You are a knucklehead.
And we are
Dusty Farts.
Lantern swinging low in the autumn breeze. Old porch lights flicker through the sleepy trees. Little ghosts in masks and buckets of fright trade sugar for stories. Neath the rust moon night, they whisper about a prize from days long gone, still wrapped in old newspapers, 20 years strong. Each October they've come, and plenty have tried, but the prize still waits. All contestants denied. So if you hear harmonicas hooting at the stars, ghouls and gals gathering in ghastly cars, climb aboard as this spooky ride departs. Everyone's howling for the Dusty Farts.
Last time we left our heroes, they wrapped up episode 12 in record time. A feat of storytelling efficiency rivaled only by Fred's ability to nap mid-conversation. And now, dear listeners, the clock strikes 13. The night has settled over Maple Grove like a thin layer of barbecue smoke and mild confusion. Headlights crawl across the gravel parking lot of the Maple Gump Park, home to this year's trunk or treat festivities.
Ooh, candy! A great appetizer before some cake.
Rolling in with more style than sense, John and Fred arrive in a 1978 Pontiac hearse, freshly borrowed from John's uncle, who owns Smith Sons, an occasional repossessions funeral home. The back end has been converted, naturally, into a booth. Because even on Halloween, some habits refuse to die.
Ain't she a beaut? Got that new car smell? No, wait. I think that's formaldehyde.
Every Halloween, the citizens of Maple Grove gather under flickering porch lights and yellowed headlights for the annual trunk or treat showdown. The rules are simple. Come in costume, try to impress the only two judges, John and Fred, and pray you don't end up near Fred's plastic jug of experimental cider, which, quite frankly, is getting murkier by the minute.
Pretty sure that stuff is eligible to vote now.
The prize? Well, no one knows, because for 20 years running, nobody's ever been good enough to win it.
That's what I call tradition, failing consistently since 2005.
The back of this hearse has been sawed clean off and refashioned into what John proudly calls the Booth of Doom. Inside are two coffins, facing each other, purchased by Fred at a steep discount.
On account they were returned due to user dissatisfaction.
Rusty hinges, spray-on cobwebs, and a generous scattering of questionable glitter round out the decor, with fake bats stapled to the coffins for that authentic boothy atmosphere. Fred, ever the craftsman, used an alarming amount of equipment from his former job as field analyst, remote technical support to add what he called charm. To the left of the hearse bubbled an impressively huge cauldron, beside which perched a toy that John affectionately, though not respectfully, nicknamed Pearly Fay. And finally, a 4-foot-tall stark white ghost, which John insisted was the exact same color as Fred.
There, I think we're all set up. By the way, you heard anything about the booth worthiness of our rig here?
According to Section 4, Sub-Article B of the official Maple Grove Booth Compliance Manual, this Booth of Doom is hereby recognized as a proper booth in accordance with Municipal Code 17C, Seasonal Structures and Snack Dispersion. However, this certification is only enforceable within city limits. What you yokels do out in the county is strictly at your own moral peril.
Clifford Booth, as I'm sure you all recall, is the referee down at the YMCA during open gym basketball hours. Truth be told, Cliff dresses like a high school referee most days of the week. Black and white stripes, whistle at the ready, and an aura of rule enforcement that follows him like cheap cologne.
Rubber-soled shoes, of course. What am I? A heathen? Non-marking? Non-slip? Non-negotiable?
He carries a ball strike clicker in one pocket, 3 wadded-up yellow dish towels in the other, officially reclassified as penalty flags back in '98. In his free time, he serves on the City Booth Worthiness Determination Board, acts as volunteer umpire, self-appointed parade marshal, and part-time ethics consultant for lawn darts. Whether it's from genetic heritage, cultural predisposition, or a tragic shortage of hobbies, it doesn't matter. Clifford just loves being a referee.
Well, thank ye kindly for another favorable booth ruling, Clifford. Please do stick around and help us judge the costumes.
The standard traffic pattern for trunk or treats is simple. You weave through the parking lot, pass each trunk, and if your costume meets the minimum creativity requirement, you're rewarded with sugary treasures and the hollow praise of strangers guarding the candy stash. And as luck, or cosmic irony, would have it, here comes our first batch of tiny sugar bandits now.
I do love seeing the little kiddos. Though it's funny, we usually only see them once. They never come back the next year.
Yeah, I figured we'd be a tradition by now, but nope. One visit, then witness protection.
Trick or treat!
Gee, I wonder. Does anybody around here want some candy?
I think that qualifies as a big yes. All right, let's see what we've got here. And what about you, little bumblebee? Would you like a nice Copico coffee candy?
Oh, a refined palate. Then how about a Werther's Original Coffee Cappuccino?
Yeah!
Tough crowd. All right then. You look like coffee nips kind of kids.
And somehow, the candy pile in the back of the hearse remained the same size throughout the night. Most of the town's youth politely declined the offerings, Yes, even the coffee crisp minis and the espresso beans smothered in chocolate.
It's like nobody's teaching these young kids the glories of coffee anymore.
Yeah, used to be you'd trick or treat till midnight, powered purely by caffeine and bad decisions.
Ah, the good old days, when Halloween meant heart palpitations and candy wrappers drifting across town like a cargo plane of mini Snickers had detonated overhead. So yes, no child has ever returned to their trunk twice. But that's left plenty of room over the years for the so-called professionals to strut their costumes before John and Fred. And to be honest, it's gotten, well, a little ridiculous. It's like a group of parents who ran out of children and their science fair projects decided to channel their leftover ambition into out-costuming one another at the annual Trunk or Treat Showdown. And wouldn't you know it, here comes our first contestant.
Hi, Dr. Bobby. That's quite the getup you got going there.
Comrades, hello, yes. As I am Doctor of Bloodbus, I thought to make representation of human heart.
That's awful nice, but you know you're spurting red sticky stuff all over the place?
Yeah, ain't that an awful lot of corn syrup and red dye?
Is okay. It is simply spare over-caffeinated blood from weekly route through town. Do not worry. We have plenty more.
Oh, I see then. But that's still an awful lot of plastic tubing to get the overall model so realistic.
Yes, I wanted accuracy and realism, so began to think, what would happen if Fred does not stop eating hot dogs?
Gee, Doc, I get your point. No more Frankfurters for Fred in the future.
Very well. Now let's talk about salt.
Disqualified! Dr. Bobby, you have frightened the children and sucked the joy out of the contest already. Plus, the kids now have biohazardous material everywhere. No child should have to quarantine their candy.
Okay, fine. Anybody got a hose?
Yep, I do. Here.
Ah, much better. Fresh air in the face and 40 PSI to the soul. My pores breathe again, like tiny little dolphins. But I must go now, my friends. Veins to drain, colons to maintain.
And just like that, Dr. Bobby vanished into the distance, equal parts miracle worker and biomedical hazard. Ah, yes, and I can hear the next contestant rolling in now. And there she goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Gigi, all 5'0" of her, wrangling a Harley the size of a parade float. Somewhere beneath that chrome and horsepower, I think there's a human being.
Well, I'll be, if it ain't Gigi, the gear-grinding goddess herself. You riding that thing, or did it just adopt you?
That bike's bigger than this here hearse, Gigi. You must need a booster seat or a periscope to see over them handlebars.
Evening, fellas. Wow, this is quite the booth of doom you got going. What's all the fuss?
You mean you ain't here for the contest?
Contest? Oh, heck no. I was just out riding around with the other apostles of the asphalt, filling blessing boxes on the north end of town.
Oh, good. Me and Dusty were up there getting them primed and painted earlier this week.
Yeah, but tell Mildred to tone it down with the mini Snickers this year.
Will do, fellas. By the way, have either of you two seen Rancid?
Rancid? You mean like Fred's jug of mystery marinade over there?
No, silly. I mean rancid like our R word for the day. Oh, there it is. Kids, can you say rancid? Rancid! Rancid! Great job!
Rancid. R-A-H-N-S-I-D. Rancid. That's that stage between, that smells interesting, and, that smells like we're gonna need a new fridge. Rancid.
And on that note, I'm hitting the road, fellas.
And off into the night our mighty Valkyrie rode, astride her thundering Harley, fueled by faith, caffeine, and whatever fumes were left in the tank. But as her echo faded into the distance, a new sound began to stir in the stillness. Soft at first, like a kitchen appliance possessed. Then it came, a swirling cloud of cinnamon dust rolling through the streetlights, followed by sequins, scarves, and the unmistakable scent of freshly baked bread. Yes, it could only mean one thing. The pumpkin nickel spice fairy had arrived.
Greetings, ye keepers of caffeine and citizendom of Maple Grove. I am Queen Aria, the pumpkin nickel spice fairy, guardian of gourds, mistress of muffins, and sworn defender of the sacred latte foam. And I have come to put pumpkin in everything.
And she meant everything. Some people see limitations. Aria sees opportunities for seasoning.
You there, John. Your coffee looks so ordinary. Allow me to bless it. And behold, now it's a pumpkin spice latte.
It's also orange and smells like a farmer's market caught fire.
You're welcome. And now for you, Fred. There, a pumpkin spice cappuccino.
And just like that, she was off again. An unstoppable force of fall fancies and festive fragrances. Her wild, cinnamon-dusted eyes scanned the crowd in search of her next victim, until they landed squarely on Dr. Bobby's famous rye bread.
And now Dr. Bobby's rye bread shall rise again in pumpkin spice glory.
Dusty, I think that pumpkin bread is going to need therapy.
And she didn't stop there. Within moments, the booth was half-coated in cinnamon dust, nutmeg, and clove, was 3 degrees warmer, and somehow emotionally sticky.
And now, gentlemen, even your coffins are pumpkin spice scented. You're welcome, Maple Grove.
I'm sorry, Aria. I can appreciate occasionally drifting away from our usual Tuesday blend, but I'm docking points for overuse of polyester.
That uniform? Come on, Aria. We're professionals, not amateurs at a haunted Dollar General.
Disqualified! Aria! On account of fabric violations and reckless use of pumpkin pulp products.
And so, the pumpkin nickel spice fairy was banished from the booth of doom. But her scent lingered, destined to haunt every polyester fiber for the next fiscal quarter. And then, from the far corner of Maple Gump Park, a new challenger very quickly approaches. At least I think it's a challenger. It sounds like a lawnmower got into a fight with a kazoo.
Is that a smart egg beater on wheels?
Gentlemen, it is good to see you again. It is I, Dr. Freudy, Maple Grove's leading mental health expert and part-time tiny car enthusiast at your service.
Well, It is you, Doc. What the heck are you driving? Only thing smaller than that car is the chance anybody's winning this prize.
Why, of course. I desired realism and authenticity in my costume, yeah? This year, victory shall finally be mine. Very well. Tonight, I appear before you as the Tiny Shrink, a fully portable psychoanalyst, compact for your convenience and easily stored under most office furniture.
I see that, and you went all in too. I mean, that costume, it's so small. How'd you even fit into that thing?
Well, truth be told, I got about halfway inside, paused to reflect upon my own mortality, then said to myself, Fritz, my boy, you're only guaranteed today. And thus, I achieved enlightenment. And a mild hernia.
That's commitment, or a cry for help. But hey, speaking of help, the other day you mentioned that thing about my mother.
I am sorry, Dusty. Mini Freudy handles only fun-sized traumas. You know, fear of commitment, chronic sighing, the occasional existential hiccup. Anything larger than that, and my pocket-size malpractice insurance doubles.
Don't that beat all? What kind of therapy is Mini Freudy licensed for?
I am allowed to interpret candy choices. But I must warn you. You choose black licorice, and we talk about your father.
So what's our choice of coffee candy say about us?
That your souls are tired, your mugs are empty, and your coping mechanisms smell like espresso.
All right, Mini Freudy, let's verify your paperwork. Yep, these clearly ain't regulation documents. You've omitted candy coating analysis, failed to provide sugar impact reports, and completely ignored the Maple Grove emotional nougat clause. Disqualified on account of confectionery malpractice with intent to sprinkle.
You were close, Doc. I just know it. But next time, maybe pick a costume you can actually get out of without the jaws of life in a tow truck.
Very well. I will process this rejection. Later, with snacks.
And so Tiny Freudy puttered into the night, leaving behind the faint smell of chewing gum, determination, and unbilled hours. The Booth of Doom remained unbeaten, unmerciful, and very slightly sticky.
And then from the night, did something wicked. This way come.
Guys, that thing is...
Big! Jumpin' Jehoshaphat! Is that sucker big?
I mean, wow. Huge. Did anybody else get a good look at that thing?
I sure didn't.
Oh, crap. It's turning around. Let's see if I can describe this giant mechanical robot squirrel. It's about 12 feet tall with amazing detail. There's pumps and pistons and all kinds of stuff hanging off it.
It's covered in chrome, and man, is it shiny.
You ain't kidding. It's so bright, almost glowing. And look at them green glowing eyes.
I think it just winked at me.
I think that's good. That's gotta be good, right? Winking implies mercy. I mean, maybe?
I think somebody better call animal control, or NASA.
Somebody better call something. You guys see who's operating that thing?
Oh no.
It's your buddy Curtis himself, perched proudly in the cockpit. Helmet gleaming, rhinestone jumpsuit sparkling, bedazzled cape billowing. Here's a man who clearly took go big or go home a wee bit too literally.
Behold, Nutzilla!
It's Nutzilla!
Oh no! It's Nutzilla! Oh no!
Nutzilla!
You think he's big now? Wait till he hits parade mode. Tail lights up like the Christmas tree section at the feed store. And I use titanium alloy for teeth in the squeezing mechanism. Tremble at the size of his nutcrackers. Fear Nutzilla, the vermin of destiny!
Vermin.
Holy moly, look at the size of his acorns!
Mommy.
We've lost Dusty. Code 4, everyone. Code 4!
No, I'm all right. It's just so shiny.
It's glowing from the inside. I can barely look at it.
Curtis, the man who once built a riding mower that doubled as a popcorn machine, has apparently outdone himself. What stomps before us now is the eighth wonder of Maple Grove, a colossus clearly fueled by obsession and excessive amounts of birthday cake and diesel fumes. It appears Curtis has done nothing but obsess over this little contest the last 15 years. You know, since his late 20s.
But we ain't seen him these last few years, and we was starting to get worried.
But I'm back, baby! And Nutzilla's gonna win me the big bootay!
Maybe. But you still gotta win over the judges.
Win 'em over. Dusty, this thing's shinier than Bob's forehead in July. Judges will need SPF 50 and a prayer just to look at it.
It's just so bright. It's luminous. It's like staring at the sun.
Clifford, we get it. Here, put on these sunglasses.
Oh, you want to be impressed? Hold on to your walnuts. I traveled the world, 3 counties and 1 outlet mall, to get these upgrades. This baby's got NutSense 3000, precision forage radar. Detects any snackable object within a 5-mile radius and identifies its roast potential. Infinity Roast Deluxe. Toasts your nuts and your ego at the same time. Auto Park Powertrain, because no hero of horsepower should ever parallel park like a peasant.
Yep, you're right. I am duly impressed. Now, I can make out what most of it does, but what about that long, thin pole sticking off the back? Looks like Nutzilla's got its own weather vane.
Oh, that's just my stabilized descent guidance apparatus. You know, just a fancy name for this long cane I use to help me get down. I'll demonstrate. Clifford, here, take this long white cane.
Where is it? I got these sunglasses on and I can't see a dang thing.
You so dumb! It's right there, right in front of you. What, are you blind?
I got it.
And in that moment, an unnamed voice, perhaps Bob, perhaps Destiny, shouted into the dark October night. For there stood Clifford Booth, dressed in a referee's uniform, wearing black sunglasses, holding a long white cane.
Hey, ref! What are you, blind?
The universe paused. Even the squirrels took cover. For the first time in recorded history, irony filed for workers' comp. But then, slowly, it dawned on people the unintended brilliance of Clifford Booth's work. Silence became contemplation, became consent.
I'll tell you what, Dusty, I ain't seen a setup that perfect since the time Aria tried to juggle gravy boats at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, difference is, Clifford stuck the landing.
Upon review, I'm wearing my umpire face mask, a chest protector, and my striped football top. That's 2 separate sports and 1 fashion crime. Automatic disqualification.
And just like that, Clifford flagged himself, not for procedure or foul play, but for poor color coordination and polyester misconduct. By unanimous confusion, Curtis was declared the winner.
Ha! Victory is mine! This one goes out to all the folks whose mothers said, "Sugar, don't put a hemi-truck engine inside a robot squirrel. It's unnatural." Well, guess what, Ma? Unnatural's my middle name.
Farts, my man, we're never gonna hear the end of this, are we?
Afraid not, Dusty. Afraid it's just gonna be another chapter in town history.
Right between the Great Sheepsbury sideshow and the Menards restroom riots.
So hey, what's this great prize we've been fighting over for the last 20 years anyway?
Hey, good idea. Let's give away this prize. Now, I thought we'd bring a little pizzazz to the proceedings by having Steve drop by and read off the grand prize package.
Greetings, citizens, contestants, and anyone still interested in a prize package so old it was printed on papyrus. Thank you to Evan for running the audio cables all the way over from the Polyester Lounge parking lot. Now, without further ado, a prize 20 years hidden in utmost secrecy. Its true nature whispered only among the legends of Booth 3. The mystery, the myth, the mundane. Behold, the grand prize, the 2005 Cheesy Chucko's Family Pizza Palace Adventure Pack.
Oh gosh, you're kidding, right? A prize so old it predates streaming, Wi-Fi, and most of these contestants' dental work.
But wait, there's more! This once-in-a-lifetime score includes 25 game tokens, redeemable only for skee-ball. 1 breadstick coupon, though dipping sauces remain at regular prices, and a live animatronic performance from Chester E. Verman, assuming his actuator isn't out using its PTO.
Yes. World-class entertainment from a restaurant chain that closed before Curtis finished middle school. The first time.
No, it didn't! There's still 1 Cheesy Chucko's left. 3 states over, 3 hours off any major highway, and 5 miles down a one-way gravel road. Oh, and it's open Tuesdays, but only in the afternoon. I'm gonna grab my friend Jimmy, and we better get going if we want front row seats.
And with that, another chapter of Maple Grove legend rumbles off into the sunset. Half machine, half human, all delusion. Other towns have monuments. Maple Grove has eyewitnesses with terrible judgment. Someday, folks will tell their kids about the day a man-child rode a mechanical robot squirrel powered by a Hemi. and how he won a pizza coupon nearly older than the internet. They'll speak of the blind ref who called a foul on himself, and the 2 booth philosophers who made chaos look like tradition. So, when the next wild idea sparks to life, someone just nod and say, "Yep, sounds like another Dusty Farts legend in the making."
Lanterns swinging low in the autumn breeze. Old porch lights flicker through the sleepy trees. Little ghosts in masks and buckets of fright trade sugar for stories 'neath the rust moon night. They whisper about a prize from days long gone, still wrapped in old newspapers, 20 years strong. Each October they've come, and plenty have tried, but the prize still waits, all contestants denied. So if you hear harmonicas hooting at the stars, ghouls and gals gathering in ghastly cars, climb aboard as the spooky ride departs. Everyone's howling for the Dusty Farts.
Yo ho ho, a one-eye biny scallywag special.